Yo, what's going on, Just Ordinary Friends and Fan? Man, I'm having some technical difficulties this morning. It's been a rough one recording, but we've made it. We're here. We're pursuing the video. So we are doing a war recap. We have a bunch to make up on. Sorry, it's been a few days since my last upload. Life was throwing us some curveballs this last few days, but hey, we're here. We're making it, and we're going to do some recaps for y'all, all right? So first one coming up is against the United States, which ironically is actually a Iran team, right? How funny is that? So anyway, obviously we tied the war. Looking at our war log, we're at a 55 win streak now. We just got a win against Made in Turkey, which we're going to do a highlight about that. But I mean, there's so many gray lines in here. It's just, it's sad because it's not necessarily the best war log to look at. We'd love to see a lot more green lines, but at least they're not red lines, right? So we have officially a lot more draws, 14 more draws than we do losses, and still one of the best war logs in the game. We're really trying to push for that 1,000 win streak. I'm sorry, 100 win streak, 1,000. Yeah, that would be awesome, but I don't know if anyone's come close to that. I think the highest win streak has been like 600. And so, yeah, anyway, we're trying to make it there, guys. But the all-time win streak in Just Ordinary was 87, so we're trying to be 87, get to 100, get that triple-digit win streak. So that's what we're rolling with. I want to point out Emotican. He officially got promoted to the rank of co-leader, and he's been doing awesome things here in Just Ordinary. We're super happy to have him, and he's earned it, right? One of the things that I tell a lot of the co-leaders here is like, what's your sacrifice, right? What do you do to earn the role of co-leader, right? Well, Emotican's contributing a lot of his bases. So he does some base packs through some pro builders, and he is giving them to the clan, whether that's for Legend League or for Wars, CWL, anything, right? So he's a very valuable asset. He's shown leadership abilities, and he's super, super, super pleasant to talk to, very articulate, and he just seems like a really good guy, right? So we're very appreciative of him joining the leadership crew and happy to see what he does in the future, right? So, in this attack, this RC charge, I will say, it is the most OP strat in the game. I don't think it's going to come down much with the nerf that they announced. I still think it's going to be super overpowered. It really didn't nerf that much of it, kind of like what the Root Rider nerf was a little bit ago. So, I really don't think that it's going to change too much. So, if you haven't gone on board with this attack, you need to, because it's just going to be overpowered, and it's just very, very, very strong. And whether you're doing the Root Rider method or the drag attack, it doesn't matter. You need to do the Grand Champ charge. Unless you have another secret meta attack that you're using that we have not seen, then I think you should get on this train, right? So the January season just wrapped up. We had, I think, 5 different accounts that finished in the top 1,000. We had Izanagi, Kartik, Mad Max, Jasper, and Emotican, I believe, were the top ones. So we were super thrilled to see, everyone pushing in Just Ordinary. For the most part, I think we had like 10 accounts that weren't pushing. They were sitting at the bottom, which is kind of unfortunate. But hey, if they're farming or doing what they need to do, then that's all right. So as always, I'm just going to show a couple of my raids also to show you kind of like what my strategy is with this RC charge, and then go from there. So I really, really, really like this attack. I'm still working on getting it, narrowing down the defense or the strategy of this, and applying it. So like this last this last Legend League season, I didn't finish the best is what I thought I was going to do. I had a couple mistakes during the last couple days, which really just came down to complacency. So, after you've been grinding 8 attacks a day for 3 accounts, and worrying about defenses and getting so many minus, 320s, 290s, basically 290 to 320, it's just really, really, really hard to, keep your motivation up. And so when it came down to the last few days, I was like really trying to push it, stay strong and get through it. But, it ended up just taking the better of me. And, it is what it is. I tried my best, and I got, I think, 5,000 on one account and 2,000 on the other. So this next season, I'm gonna try and do it again. You know, my best on this on my main account is like 380 something. So you know, see if we can beat that. I would love to get top 200, but this is what it is, right? When it comes down to it, it's all luck. Like, I hate to say that, but it's true. At the top, I don't know how Supercell does their matchmaking abilities when it comes to the Legend League itself. And so, like, a lot of players that you see on the high ups, they get super lucky, right? They have like people that are 500 trophies less than them, but in Legend League attacking them, and they'll 1-star, right? Or they have friends that will like win trade, or they'll do like, so it's really just luck on who you get matched with in the Legend League season, especially higher up. Like, it's just ridiculous. So, like, case in point, about a week left of season, I got like 6 people matched me that were 500 trophies lower than me. And guess what? I had like a plus 100 day, right? Like, that's obviously, they're going to 1-star because they're just not that caliber of player. So, I don't know how this luck is gonna get into like the Supercell's algorithm on Legend League, because it's a little ridiculous, and I'm trying to figure out like how I can get lucky with it so I can get a top placing like that. But because a lot of the times I was getting 320s plus 320s every day, and I'm still getting tore up on defenses. And I know a couple people that were hard stuck at like 5,700, and they couldn't go any higher just because they kept getting 320 on defense no matter what base they were using. I would use the same base as them, and I would get like 3 1-stars in a day, and they would get 0 and triples, nothing but triples, and it was just a whole different ball game. So I really, really, really hope that something can be done about it. And then the other thing is like, there's kind of a market cap, right? Everyone that's playing a Town Hall 17, like Max Town Hall 17, has been playing the game for at least 5 years, right? I think it takes 5 years for an account to go from Town Hall 1 all the way up to Town Hall 17 with like max heroes, max equipment, all that stuff. So I just find it super hard to believe like that there's going to be a lot of new players coming into this that are going to be like pushing real hard. So I don't know. We're going to see what the future holds. I really hope that something can be done about it, because right now it's so easy to attack. And I know so many of the higher ups, so many of the pros, so many of the YouTubers, they're kind of frustrated with it. And, I try to be very supportive of it, like, oh, it's a new way to attack. Like, just play it as a game to compete against, like, how fast you can triple rather than just, like, tripling, right? So, something to consider is like, there's got to be a change somehow, right? It's just too easy to triple. You're going to be losing, like a lot of players that are full timers. I already know 2 accounts that are sitting for a few weeks just because this is just so painful dealing with this defensive meta. Like, it's just, I don't know. So it's tough, but I think something needs to be done, and maybe it will, but we'll kind of see what happens in the near future. Side note, Cam is going to be joining us. We're going to release our Champs 1 bracket, or not bracket, but the Champs 1 roster coming up for this upcoming CWL, and Cam is going to join us. It'll be his first time in Just Ordinary's Champs 1, so we're going to see how he performs. But I mean, as you can see, most of his work, as much crap as we give him, he's still a very, very, very good attacker, and I think he's going to do really good things in Champs 1. I'm really looking forward to seeing what his product is going to be. So, this is, just an example of his OP-ness, right? We, a few of the guys in the game, we joke about that term quite a bit. So, hope you find that funny as well as us. And so we're just gonna go through. Obviously, we have 3 videos to make about these war recaps, so I want to make sure that we highlight some of the better attacks and some of the players, and we can kind of just rotate around and highlight different players of the clan, because truthfully we wouldn't be here without the support of all of our members and leadership team. I mean, these guys are try hard, dedicated, just ordinary members, and we can't thank them enough for all that they've done. Whether you're a co-leader managing, reviewing bases, making sure that accounts are in the right places for war spins, CWL spins, esports, whatever the case may be, it's truly a team sport, and each person has, their own roles and expectations. We're going to have a lot more. Oh, you see that? A misplaced free spell. GD, I got you on tape, man. So each member has their role and their benefit that they bring to the table. So, we wouldn't be here without all of these members and doing what they do. Look at this fireball. I mean, even with that freeze, the misplaced freeze spell, he still goes through here and just destroys this base. I love watching GD's attacks. He does such a great job. Super, super, super glad that he's in Just Ordinary. And I hope he stays for a very long time. Him and Dova, guys, these are like him and Dova are really good friends, and they do a lot of good things inside of the clan Just Ordinary. And, they are involved in esports with Psycho Esports, I believe is their name. And, maybe one day we can turn them around and get them over to Just Ordinary, but I know they're a bunch of like in real life friends, and they have a really good time together. So I don't want to pull you away from like your true friends, because I remember the days when I was playing with like Call of Duty with my friends in real life, and man, it was so much fun. We just share so many good memories going into like school the next day, talking about like, oh, you see that quad kill cam that we got, or, that trick shot that we hit, and, talking about what we were going to do the night. So anyway, I just, if you're playing with some friends, I don't want to take that away from you guys. We're all supportive of that. So, we're going to go ahead and show just a couple more replays, not the 1-star. We don't like to show 1-stars, but we will occasionally, just to show that everyone's human and everyone makes mistakes, right? So, we will show it every now and then. So Davila, I'm really excited. He's going to be joining us in Champs 1 again. We have a super stacked Champs roster this CWL. We kind of scrubbed our list of War and Legend League and said like the top players are going to play in our Champs 1 teams. We have 2 Champs 1 teams again. We're going to be in Just Ordinary and Warlock, both of them of which are going to be just super, super OP, very strong clans. And Warlock has a reputation of getting some really bad luck in CWL, so I really hope that we don't have that bad of luck this upcoming one, because it would be nice to play against some noobs in Champs 1, which I think is kind of, you can't really use those 2 words in the same sentence, because there's not really noobs in Champs 1, but who knows, maybe we'll see, we'll get lucky and we'll match some scrubs and maybe get a top placing out of that one, because I know Warlock's war log is not as impressive as Just Ordinary's when it comes to Champs 1 CWLs, because Just Ordinary has placed first, I think, like 8 out of the 10 months that we have played in Just Ordinary. So anyway, guys, that's a wrap on this war recap. We're going to go into another one. I'm going to record a bunch of them today and then stagger them out so you guys can see some highlights. We're going to rotate the players. I'm going to talk about future events for Just Ordinary. And, we're really appreciative that you're here. Oh, also shout out, we hit 700 subscribers. We're making up the loss after we stopped our YouTube a few years ago and Just Ordinary went through its lull. So anyway, we're super excited. I need you guys to help spread the word. Let's get this channel up. Our goal is to hit like 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And, we're on the road to success, but we really need your help, guys. So once again, I appreciate you staying in and watching to the end of the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.